Welcome to this session. At the end of the session, you will be able to name and classify hand stitches, describe their use, name embroidery accessories and their features, explain the application of the main embroidery stitches. Basic stitches are divided into two divisions. One is constructive and other one is decorative. Decorative stitches which are used in embroidery. Constructive stitches are further divided into temporary and permanent stitches. Temporary stitches. Basting or tacking is a temporary stitch used for holding two or more layers of fabric together. Before the permanent stitches are made, usually this stitch is horizontal and is worked from right to left. This is the only stitch is started with a knot. For basting, use a contrasting color thread so that it can be easily seen and removed. The length of the stitch will vary depending on the weight of the fabric and how securely the pieces are to be held together. To end basting, make two stitches one on the top of another. There are several types of basting stitches, most commonly used for 5 types. Number 1, even basting. It is used for short length of seams and folds. Number 2, uneven basting. Uneven basting is used for long length of seam and fold. Number 3, diagonal basting. Diagonal basting is used when several layers of fabric are to be held securely. Number 4, padding stitch. Padding stitch is used in coats to hold the lining and inner lining. Number 5, Tailors Tacking. Thread marks are basically uneven basting stitches. They are used to transfer marks on a lower layer of fabric. Permanent stitches. Permanent stitch avoid using knots while starting and ending the stitches. Begin with a small back stitch if it can be concealed under the permanent stitches, or leave a short length of thread about 2 or 3 centimeter extending on the wrong side, which can be caught and held under the first few permanent stitches. To end the stitch, take the thread to the wrong side and secure with loops. Running stitch. Running stitch is the simplest of all the hand stitches, used for sewing, handmade, seams, tucks, gathering, quilting and mending. Back stitch. Back stitch, it is a strong and sometimes substitute for machine stitching. Pick stitch. It is also called half back stitch. It is used for fine material. Overcasting. Overcasting is used on raw edges, either single or double, to prevent them from fraying. Hemming. It is used to secure folded edge of material. Hemming appears as small slanting stitches on the wrong side. These stitches should be fine and spaced close enough to hold the hem securely in place. Before starting and finish the hem with several stitches to fasten it securely. Don't use too long thread for stitching. The maximum length should not exceed 70 centimeter to avoid knot in thread while hemming, and also avoid with the needle while pulling the thread. Embroidery accessories. Tools for embroidery work. Embroidery frame, embroidery scissor, embroidery thread, embroidery needle. Embroidery frame. It is usually in circular shape. It consists of 2 rings, one inner and other one is outer. The fabric is placed in between the rings and kept in right position with the help of an adjustable screw on the outer ring. The frame helps to keep the fabric in an uniformly stretched position. This maintains uniform tension of the embroidery work. Round frames are available in 10 to 25 centimeter diameter. The large sizes are generally made with clamp for attaching it to a table with a screw for adjusting. Embroidery scissor. Sharp pointed embroidery scissors are essential during embroidery work. The handles are longer, they have narrow and pointed blades. They are used for cutting short threads during work. Embroidery threads. Embroidery threads are comparatively thicker than fabric thread. Embroidery thread classify two divisions. One is cotton thread and other one is silk thread. Further, the cotton classify three divisions. Number 1, standard cotton thread. Number 2, pearl cotton thread. Number 3, soft embroidery cotton thread. Standard cotton threads are very shiny and it's having 6 strands, easy to separate it. A single strands can be used for fine work and several strands used for bolder effect in embroidery. Pearl cotton thread, a short with 2 plies which are twisted to produce a beaded or pearl effect. That's why the thread having the name of pearl cotton thread. Soft embroidery cotton thread is a thick thread used on coarse fabric. The threads are available in hundreds of colors. The best thread have a smooth texture which enhances the crisp character of the embroidery. Silk thread give a luxurious quality to the stitching, but they are more expensive than the cotton thread. Embroidery needles. Embroidery needles have large eyes to allow the thread pass through easily. They are shaped with pointed and round tips and the sizes are denoted by numbers from 14 to 24. Transferring the design. After selecting the design for the embroidery work, the marking for the design should be transferred to the right side of the material without spoiling it. Some of them are: number 1, direct method; number 2, tacking method; number 3, transfer by ironing. Direct method. Fabrics such as organdy, nylon, muslin, nylex, voile, etc. can be laid over the design and traced directly with pencil. Tacking method. This method is used on velvet, dark color cloth material and all knitted fabrics. This method is worked by tracing the design on a thin tissue paper and tacking the design with the fabric by fine running stitch and then tearing the rest of the paper. Transfer by ironing. Ready-made paper pattern can be transferred onto the material by ironing. The transfer of the design outline in wax or ink on thin paper. The printed design is laid onto the material and moderately hot iron is applied on the back of the paper. When the paper is removed, it is found that the design is transferred on the material. Embroidery stitches. Besides weaving and printing techniques, embroidery work gives an ornamental look to the fabric. There are different kinds of embroidery stitches which are known by special name. For successful embroidery work, it is essential that you learn to work basic stitches. In addition, you should acquire the ability to choose the right kind of stitches, design and color combination suited to the type of fabric and for the purpose. The outlining of design must be done correctly or otherwise the design would lose its shape. There are different kinds of embroidery stitches. For example, stem stitch. It is a line stitch used for outlining design, especially stems and leaves. It can also be used for filling a small design. Blanket stitch. It is used as a decorative edge for blanket and other articles, part of a design for which the blanket stitch makes up the border. Closed blanket stitch. It is mainly used for scallop. The beauty of the scallop lies in the regularity of the stitches, which must be as close together as possible. Buttonhole stitch. It is similar to blanket stitch. The difference is the stitches are close together and the same height. Fishbone stitch. It is used for large motif. It is made by gathering the cloth. Chain stitch. It is used for filling. It can be done side by side to fill large shapes or to work single line. The result of the stitch is a loop which will then form a link. Lazy daisy stitch. It's done in the same way as a chain stitch. The only difference being that the loop is held by a stitch taken across the end. It can be used to portray flowers and leaves. Herringbone stitch. It is used a decorative purpose and also finishing raw edges. This stitch used as shadow work when worked closely on the wrong side of organdy or other thin material. Satin stitch. Satin stitch gives rich look, makes the embroidery. Today we learn name and classify hand stitches, describe their use, embroidery accessories and their features, and also application of the main embroidery stitches. I hope you all understood all the objectives. See you next session. Thank you.